Hello, family. Yes, I have a DipWell kit in front of me. A while back, I hope you guys remember, I did put a poll on Instagram about some of your least favorite products, and this was one of them. I think the main complaint was the liquids, or particularly the top coat, and just colors of some of the powders. But we're going to get into it. I wanted to do like a first impressions. I think my goal with these trying your least favorite products is figuring out maybe how to get them to work for you, and I'll see if I can. Who knows? They have a nice sized, I guess, brochure. I don't know. I like that they had, storage stuff, removal stuff. I did like the instructions they came with, so that was a plus. I did not open this package. I don't know. I tend to do that with every dip kit that I get. If it comes with files or buffers or whatever, I'm like, I like my own stuff. So I'm just going to use my own stuff. So this was interesting. Temperature. I've said this before, but it's great that this kit comes with this little guide so you can see how your products are going to react to certain climate conditions. So that was kind of cool. Now we're going to get into all these liquids, and it did come with 5 liquids. Came with a bond. I didn't use it because I'm doing peel off base coat. Came with a brush saver, which I also didn't have to use, which is good. And then your base, your activator, and your top coat, your standard liquids that you use for pretty much any dip. So I really wanted to check out the consistency of these because they did seem pretty thin. So I'm going to bust into these guys real quick and just get a better idea of what I'm working with. Now, this happens all the time. It's nothing to worry about. Literally almost every dip kit I get, I have to loosen up the top of this thing. So just finagling with the brush for a minute. It didn't take very much effort, so I'm not going to complain about that. Happens to all of us. So activator, is pretty much activator, and I'm not going to figure out if it works or not until I actually try to activate a nail. But it's got, as all these bottles do, they do have stoppers inside, which is great. Kind of keeps you from overloading with product and having a goop all over the place, getting the neck, all gluey and whatever. Top coat, same as base coat, and I'm not sure how it performs yet. We're going to find out. And again, I didn't need to use the brush saver for anything, which is great, because if you need to use a brush saver, you probably messed up somewhere and contaminated something or whatever. It did come with 3 dip powders as well. It took me a minute. Remember who you're dealing with here. It took me a minute to figure out that this was clear. Ouch. I'm just an idiot. But yes, this is clear dip powder, which I finally figured out. I'm going to sit here and hold the bottle and try to find something that says clear on it. It doesn't. It did say base on it, which I didn't even pay attention to, but I love the fact they included clear. I don't think I've ever gotten a dip kit that actually included clear before, except maybe a Kara Sky kit. But I love it. Love it. So it came with 2 colors, and at first glance, they looked very similar. I'm like, I don't know if these are the same color. I don't know. I'm only going to play with one, I think. They look like the same thing. I didn't swatch the other one, so I'm not entirely sure, but they have different numbers, so I'm assuming they're different. So we're going to play with one of them. I'm going to use the clear, and we're going to see how this goes. I love this right here. Dip it real good. I find amusement in the little things in life. Don't mind me. So I'm going to get myself situated here, and we're going to just get into it. I'm going to open everything up, give everything a swish, get on my nails, and I'll give you all of my thoughts. What I want to do right now, while I'm judging up color here, is I want to give you some price points real quick. This dip kit right here was $45 USD. Do I think it was worth it? Not really, but you guys know how I feel about dip kits. I think dip kits are pretty much useless. I feel like, if you're starting out and you want a dip kit just to get your feet wet a little bit, you guys know I love the Color Club dip kit. I'll leave a link for that review up here somewhere for you guys. But to pay that much money for a dip kit, I just don't see I don't see it worth it, to me at least. These are only my opinions, and it's nothing against DipWell. Their products were fine, but I I don't know. See, I think you can get so much more for your money if you don't buy a dip kit. Just a personal thing. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get product on my nails. And I was right. The base is nice and thin. It's kind of a thin to medium consistency. It reminded me in consistency wise of like Dipalicious type nail liquids. They weren't bad. I didn't have any problems using the base. The consistency of the powder was not my favorite. I love Panda Dip's consistency. It's just so soft and creamy. This had more of a grittier texture to me, or I don't know. It didn't feel buttery and creamy like the powders that I like. Again, personal preference thing. You may not like the, creamier type powders. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. You may like, a different texture, and if you do, then you might like this stuff a lot. It didn't give me a problem at all. Again, just a personal preference thing. It performed pretty well, to be perfectly honest, and you'll see the end result. You probably saw the thumbnail, which I probably put a picture on. So I had no problems with the base or the powders. Everything applied super easily. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys watch me do a little application type stuff, and I'll be right back with you I'll talk about the clear with you guys. So hang tight and I'll be right back. I'm going to jump in real quick. I don't know if you guys noticed this as much as I did when I was filming this, but this dip powder was pretty sheer on first dip. It did get more opaque in its second dip. I can't say it was like full opacity. And I did my normal dip routine. Normally I do 2 coats of color, 1 coat of clear, and that's how I do literally every mani unless I'm doing something crazy. So I did exactly my normal dip routine. I think this could have benefited from another coat, just not my bag, not my jam. I like to keep my nails on the thinner side, but with this particular color, and I can't speak for the whole line, I've only used this one color, but this particular shade and this particular dip powder, I found it just lacking a little opacity. I would have liked to have seen it more opaque. Just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. I'm going to let you continue watching, and I'll be right back. So I'm getting into the clear dip application now. Over this particular color, I found 0 issues with the clear dip powder. I didn't notice any graininess or anything. I may actually give this clear dip powder a run for its money and maybe try it out over a darker shade of dip powder just to see if it'll, work over a dark shade. Usually if you get a dip powder that's clear and it's, not great quality, it's got some graininess to it, you're going to notice that over a darker color. So if you guys want to see that, let me know or I'll keep you updated in a upcoming video. So getting the clear on all of my nails, and I'm going to go through my normal filing and e-filing routine, which I will speed through for you. I won't show you the whole thing because that's really not what this is about. If you want a video on how I do my shaping and e-filing and stuff, I'll leave a link in the cards, that little eye thing on the top right, whatever. I'll leave it up there for you guys to check out if you would like, but we're going to get into activator. I can tell you that this activator worked absolutely perfectly. It cured everything, just the way I would expect it to. So this was not a flop. Like the activator, worked great. So I'm going to activate, get into filing and shaping, and I'll be right back. So typically when I'm trying out a new dip product, I'll give it 2 different bend tests. One after the nail is activated, and I'll do a second one after I've applied the top coat, just to see, the flexibility of it. And again, personal preference. I like my dip powder or acrylic or whatever overlay I'm putting over my nails, I like them to be hard enough to where they're not going to bend. If my nails are bendy, like with gel polish, I freak out. I don't like it. I'm like terrified I'm gonna break a nail. I like to have that durability and strength. So I do a little bend test. These were okay. They weren't as bendy as like the Bella Sky AliExpress dip powder that I got. I'll leave that up in the cards if you want to take a look at that. But they weren't as hard and rigid as I would prefer, but that may change after we put on top coat, so we'll wait for that moment. I'm going to go in with my normal e-file routine now, and again, nothing abnormal. This is my normal filing routine. Again, check out that link up there in the eye if you want an in-depth e-file video. I just put that up recently, and you guys might enjoy that if you're into the e-file. I'm going to continue e-filing, and while you're watching me do that, drop me a comment and let me know if there are any other products that you think I should test out or try, or things you've had poor experiences with that, I don't know, you think I should try out. Leave it in the comments, let me know. I'd be happy to do that for y'all. I'm going to continue e-filing, and I will be right back. So because I'm using the Dip top coat, I am going to buff over all of my nails. Normally I don't do this because I am typically a gel polish girl. I like putting a gel top coat on top of my Dip manis. Again, personal thing, but for Dip top coat, you want to make sure the surface is nice and smooth, so I will run over all of my nails with, that sounded violent, I'm not going to run them over. I'm going to grease over all my nails with the buffer, making sure they're all nice and smooth, and we're going to get into the top coat. So first of all, I want to just let you guys know I did not do a wear test, and I'll tell you why. Typically, when you put an overlay over your nails, like dip powder or acrylic or gel polish, any type of overlay, the wearability and longevity of your mani is going to depend on your prep. If you prep poorly, or if you don't prep at all, your nails are just not going to last you very long. If you do very good prep with poor products, you may actually get a nice long life out of them. So if you want a good prep video, I'll leave one up here for you guys to check out. I went ahead and applied activator to all the nails, let it dry for 2 minutes, and now I'm going to wipe them all down. This round of activator is what's going to set the top coat and give it that nice glossy finish on coat number 2. So key step, definitely apply your activator and then wipe off with a, I want to tell you, a lint-free wipe. I don't use them. I use paper towels because that's what I have. And now we're going to talk about top coat. So top coat and base coat are essentially the same thing. They are resin, they are glue, that's just what they are. And I'm not a dip top coat person. I'm really not a big fan. I just think they're a pain in the ass, but again, personal thing. I realize this is the Marla show, so I'm going to give you my personal opinions. But of course, if you're into the dip top coats, then by all means use it. This one, in comparison to a few that I've used in the past, like Peppy Gel, Revel Nail, a few other recent ones that I've experimented with that you'll see coming up, this was not my favorite. I'm not exactly sure what went wrong here. I mean, everything seemed to go fine. First coat went on fine. Second coat went on fine. It dried okay. Like, it didn't take a million years for it to dry, but I can understand for those of you who had frustrations with this particular top coat. I kind of get it, because the dry down for that second top coat, I don't know, it did a weird wrinkly thing, and I didn't love the way it came out. I didn't like the dry down. I didn't like the shine. And again, I did this the same exact way that I do for every dip top coat that I've ever tried and used. Not my favorite. I don't know if you guys will notice it when I show you it to you right here. So this is it, completely dried down. They're not like terrible. I've definitely seen worse, but they're not my favorite. So yeah, I don't know. Like, can you see that? How it's like ripply almost? I don't know. I don't think I screwed it up. I mean, it's always a possibility. You know me, hot mess Marla. I could have messed this up real good, but confident that I didn't. So I'm gonna say, that's what I'm gonna say. I raspberry this dip top coat. I don't like it. And now I'm gonna go in with my Candy Skincare Cuticle Oil, just because that's what I always do. Again, staying true to form, doing my normal routine. If you guys have not checked out Candy Skincare yet, I don't know what y'all are waiting for. You need to check it out. Go to my description box, check the link. I have a discount code underneath in my Save Money section. I'm not commissioned, but you will get a discount, which is awesome. So, final thoughts. I didn't hate this kit at all. It's my favorite. Not my favorite. I would not tell you to spend $45 on this. And to those of you who put this down as one of your least favorite nail products, I understand. I will see you guys in my next vid. Love you, bye.